Alright guys, we've got the top 10 most badass My Hero Academia moments. Let's check this out. I don't think we've ever seen like a top 10 of fights from My Hero Academia, so we've seen fights, but
of My Hero
not top 10.
Academia is currently on air. While we watch the exploits of our heroes and see what new direction the series heads off in, it sounds like just the time for a recap of the top 10 badass My Hero
I gotta say, I really
Academia
like the
moments.
animation.
And MHA, as you know it, is full of badass moments. With its diverse characters and their quirks, fun story, and engaging actions.
Is it animated by the same people that made One Punch Man? It looks kind of similar, I would
say. This
say.
now counts among the top shonen anime currently running.
Either
There's
One
a lot
Punch
to
Man
like,
or
especially the tournament-style
Mob
arcs and
Psycho.
rivalries among characters. Heck, if you're old enough, watching it might just make you pine for those old-school days. Given that this is a battle shonen, our pick of badass moments mostly comprises epic battles and one-on-one fights.
Okay.
You might be surprised to find more than a few emotional moments that leave a deep impact
Let's
on the overall
check
storyline.
this
So
out, boys.
let's get right to it. Here are the top 10 badass My Hero Academia moments.
Who's this rock guy? Red? Oh damn. I feel bad for the big guy. He's just punching
Starting off, it's
the
Red
shit out of
Riot
him.
and Fat Gum versus Rappa and Tengal.
Fat
This
Gum.
is one of the best fights of Season 4, and that's saying something for a battle-heavy arc. What makes this contest
Damn.
fantastic is not just the action and music, but a backstory that
The
turns
story
a
of it,
likable
yeah.
character into everyone's best boy. Backed into a corner,
Best
Kirishima's
boy.
old doubts about his worth as a pro hero and his quirks start to haunt him again, leaving him
I love
unable
this guy.
to
I
fight
don't know.
even before the
It's
battle
like the old school
started.
witch
But
doctor.
old wounds also bring clarity about why he wanted to be a hero in the first place and how hard he
Aww.
struggled to become one. Burning with a new
That's cute.
intensity, Kirishima transforms into Red Riot Unbreakable, becoming an indestructible shield for his partner Fat
Damn.
Gum, and turning defeat into victory. It's the greatest hour yet for this brave and loyal young hero.
Charging up. They're both of them at the same time? Jeez, bro. That's pretty good. He's so edgy looking. What? Chainsaw Man? Is that you? It's the teeth. It's the teeth. Oh, is this the teacher? Bro, your weapon doesn't work. Oh man.
At number 9, we have Aizawa Sensei. Despite his lazy appearance and general air of disinterest, the homeroom teacher is more than adept at taking on an entire gang of enemies by himself, as we see when the League of Villains attacks UA High
Jeez.
School. Aizawa's ability to cancel his opponent's quirks
Also,
simply
what
by looking
is
at
that? This guy. Why does it look like a weird dinosaur thing? Like,
works simply
Jeez,
by
man.
looking at them as a powerful weapon, but it's his prowess of physical combat that comes as a surprise. He might seem to lack the energy to utter even a few words of encouragement to his class.
This guy looks so
but
cool as
he
well,
can easily
with the
leap off
hands.
heights, sucker punch
I don't know what they
opponents
mean,
much
but
bigger
they're
than
really
him,
cool.
tie them up with his scarf, and keep the attacks coming. His ability to tolerate extreme pain is impressive, as is his keen intellect,
Damn.
which allows him to plan his moves even when in full flight. He might look and sound like a slouch, but this is one guy you know you can count on if you ever find yourself in a pinch.
bro's fast as well. I really love how every single character just looks so much different. The design looks so cool. Uh-oh! You're in trouble. It wasn't a feint.
One is an arrogant, scowling, hot-headed delinquent. The
Bakugo
other, a
versus
timid,
Deku.
polite, intelligent dreamer.
Round 2.
Chalk and cheese, they're the series' great rivals. The competition between the two goes back to
Yeah.
their childhood and has only intensified with adolescence. Of all of their confrontations, the most memorable perhaps is when Bakugo challenges Deku to a late-night fight in Season 3. Honesty hits harder than anything else, and that's what this contest shows us. For the first time, Bakugo shows Deku and us his true feelings, his jealousy towards him, his admiration of and regret towards All Might. It's also the first time we see him treat Deku as an equal. Instead of lashing out in anger or walking off in a huff as he usually does, Bakugo bares his heart and soul, and Deku responds with empathy and honesty. Emotionally charged it might be,
That's
but this
cute.
fight also has some great action. It perfectly
Aw.
captures why these two polar opposites bring so much to the series.
Did they become best friends after that? Blast into the ground. Damn. Deku got kind of destroyed.
Another
though.
emotional moment makes the cut at number 7.
What's this? Ooh, barely
In the
scratched
hero's
him.
fight against Overhaul in the 4th season, Mirio demonstrates why he might have become a worthy successor to All Might had Deku not come along. Showing excellent mastery of his
Oh.
quirk, permeation,
Was he gonna be
and
the
incredible
next
hand-to-hand
Almighty?
combat abilities, Mirio proves more than capable of taking on the overpowered villain. The two put on a brilliant show of skills that surely would have deserved a spot on this list had it
Oh,
not
that's the
been
guy
for
that
what
can
comes
go through
after,
things,
which
right?
makes even more of an impact. Even
makes
as he's
sense.
winning his battle against Overhaul,
I just have
Mirio
1 million.
chooses to take a quirk-erasing bullet meant for Eri and save the little girl, losing his quirk in the process. It's a devastating loss, and yet he faces up to it with a good-natured smile,
A
promising
true
Eri he'll
hero,
be
man. A
forever.
true
Just
hero.
goes to show that being a hero isn't only about having heavenly abilities, and that a badass moment can have you sobbing into your tissues.
Oh. Damn. What a sacrifice. 100%.
That brings us to the Deku Overhaul fight that follows right after, which takes the number 6 spot. Given that
Is this the same
climactic-
guy that we saw before, but like his evolved version?
the number 6 spot. Given that this is the climactic
Maybe.
fight of season 4, we get to see Deku at his most powerful, using one for all at full power. And he
I wonder
does
what's
so
the
without
girl's
sustaining any
quirk.
damage to
I
his
think
body, thanks
we
to
watched
Eri
it, but I
finally
can't
gathering the
remember.
courage to use her unique quirk. Check out any online forum, and the fight with Overhaul is bound to rank high on all-time great MHA fights. It's also one of
Damn.
Deku's best fights ever. Throughout the series, we're used to seeing the boy who was born quirkless struggle, first with adapting to his new power, then with learning to use it, and then again with trying to
going
gain some
ham.
kind of mastery of it. His exploits against Overhaul give us a glimpse of just what he might accomplish in the future as All Might's chosen heir and the next symbol of peace. It's an epic battle, and it's the most badass Deku has ever been.
Imagine the plot twist is that he's not gonna get chosen as the next Almighty. That is sick. Wait, Delaware, Detroit? Why is he mentioning cities? Chicago.
It's
New
another
York.
Deku moment at the
Is that
halfway
like
mark.
what he does?
This time it's his battle against that big chunk of meat and muscle that is muscular. This villain lives up to his name with his ability to manipulate his muscles to augment his physicality and strength to
That guy looks
superhuman
kinda
levels.
badass, though.
Although a minor antagonist, he's by far one of the strongest members of the League of Villains in terms of physical strength.
The League
What's
of
more,
Villains,
he has
eh?
a nasty disposition
What's that?
even for a villain, showing pleasure in killing for the sake of killing. Even children are fair game too.
Went
In a
through his
situation where
muscle.
Deku
Oh,
only
that's
has to
nasty,
fight him
dude.
to
What
keep
the
the young
fuck?
Gothar safe from him. It seems like the worst possible matchup, and it goes along predictable lines with muscular toying with Deku.
Yikes,
Pushed to
man.
bone-shattering limits, Deku's
Oh, he's
all
getting
about
destroyed.
out for the count. But heroes don't die so easy, and a tiny moment of inspiration gives him that little
Damn.
extra push. Seeing Deku find extra reserves of strength where they ought to be none is truly breathtaking and badass.
Aww. I mean, I'm sure he made it out. Yeah. My hero! Oh, the smile at the end. Is there a smile? Or is he in pain?
No
I
My
can't
Hero
tell.
Academia Top 10 video would be complete without our main man, All Might in action.
Almighty!
His battle against Nomu during the school infiltration arc in the first season comes in at number 4.
Yeah, that animation's sick. Does he have his brain out? That's nasty.
Though artificially created, Nomu is still a top-tier villain, engineered to counter the #1 pro hero at 100%. And All Might, at that time, is a shadow of his former self. But like I said before, power isn't all there is to being a hero. Going that extra distance comes naturally to them, as All Might demonstrates with his hard-fought but confident victory over Nomu. Moving at lightning speed and hitting him with a barrage of punches, All
I feel
Might
like this
gives them
anime's got like a good message behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be a hero doesn't only take to be strength, you know? You gotta be honorable and stuff like
Still
that.
no
It's
time
good
to
message.
regenerate. What makes this moment badass is that it
Help other
introduces us
people
to
and
the
stuff.
#1 hero
Wait,
and
this guy's
symbol of
nasty.
peace as a warrior.
This
All Might
brain
shows
thing.
us why he's a legend and the hope of an entire generation, even if he's nowhere near his best. It's also a moment that makes it clear that the time to pass on the torch and give the world a new hero is near.
Ooh. I wonder who's that gonna be. I feel like to take that kind of responsibility, oh man. To be the strongest hero. Oh, my favorite hero.
Striking hair,
I like him.
celebrated lineage, pure talent, and difficult backstory, there was never any doubt that Todoroki would be a fan favorite.
Like
he gets his most memorable moment perhaps in the sports festival arc, when
it's
his
just
fight
the
against
hair,
Deku
man.
leads him to unleash his
So
fiery
cool.
side. Till that tournament, Todoroki had never used his firepower out of resentment towards his father, choosing to rely solely on his ice abilities. But he's convinced to accept his left side by
He's
Deku and
ice
the
and
strange
fire.
connection he feels with him. This is a contest brimming with newfound rivalry and friendship, admiration, envy, and
so
mutual
cool,
respect.
man.
It pushes the reserved cool kid
I
to
love him.
passionately reveal
Even
his
though I haven't
innermost
seen an
feelings
episode,
to
I
everyone's
love him.
surprise, including his own. It's exhilarating to see the flames burst out for the very first time. This
I want to
moment
be a
manages
hero
not only to be
too.
totally
Oh.
badass, but also conveys
And he had like
some
a
of the best growth stories in
backstory,
anime.
right?
The
Like his
developments
dad
are also a
beat him or
testament to Deku's inspiring personality.
Oh. You cannot relate to him. Dang. Woo! He destroyed the whole place, man. Number 2.
From son to father, taking the second spot is Endeavor,
Yeah, that's the
earning
father,
his
right?
stripes as the new #1 pro hero, as well as the grudging admiration
Oh,
of MHA
wait, the father
fans.
is
To quote a
fire.
few, the
Is
highlight
the mother
of season 4
ice?
is the battle between Endeavor and Hood, with the Winged Hawks playing sidekick to the
That makes sense.
fire-powered hero. A lot of fans dislike Endeavor, and for good reason too. He's been
Yeah,
a
fuck him.
terrible father to Todoroki and a first-class jerk to everyone else. But this battle
Yeah.
puts him in a new light, giving it his all to save his colleagues and the people from Hood, and upgraded and extremely dangerous Nomu. Endeavor proves to a skeptical world that he might not be All Might, but is a worthy replacement that they can count on. The clash is brutal, emotional,
Yeah,
and epic.
he
One
could not
manages
be
to
an
eventually
almighty, man.
overpower
He's
his
a-
opponent with his quirk.
he's
Prominence
barely a
burn,
hero.
He ends up sustaining heavy damage. Making this moment even more important is the fact that it's a critical
doesn't have what it
milestone in the
takes.
series, making not only the beginning of an era without All Might, but also, quite possibly, Endeavor's path to redemption.
A turnaround arc? Interesting. That it goes insane though. Number 1 was this Almighty versus a blob of flesh.
Now that brings us to the most badass moment in My Hero Academia. It happens during the legendary clash between All Might and All For One, the battle between the world's greatest hero and its greatest villain. When All For One, the shadowy figure pulling the strings of the League of Villains, finally goes up against All Might, his true intention might have been to destroy his longtime rival, but instead, he ends up pushing All Might beyond his limits. Desperate to do his duty, the #1 hero musters every last bit of strength he has left in him to bring out his most powerful attack
insane.
yet, the United States of Smash. All For
United
One
States
is soundly
of
defeated,
Smash.
but this victory can only be called a tragedy. No longer able to carry on the world's symbol of peace, and with his true self no longer a secret, All Might hangs up his
damn.
hero's cape forever. But even in that final moment, when he reverts to his real weakened form,
That's like a
All
good
Might
ending.
remains a symbol of courage and hope to its fans and admirers.
United States of Smash. Now I get all the cities of America getting mentioned. That's interesting. That's a good video.
And there you have it, the
That
top
was
10
super
badass
good.
My Hero Academia.
Thank you for watching this video, and also thank you very much to all of my supporters over at Patreon. If you'd like to see these videos earlier, head on to Patreon. And if you want to see more videos, click the videos here for more videos from me.